Hello and welcome back to the accountancy class of class 12 commerce ratio analysis chapter. In my last few videos I have explained to you what ratio analysis is and the first important category of the ratio subdivisions, the first important category of the classification of ratio, that was liquidity ratio. Now in this class I am going to discuss about the second category, the second important category of that classification, that is solvency ratio. Today I am going to discuss you the two important solvency ratio. Number one is debt equity ratio, yes, debt equity ratio, and number two is proprietary ratio. So these two ratios I am going to explain in today's class back to back. So please follow the class carefully. So my first topic is debt equity ratio. Debt equity ratio is very important ratio of this solvency ratio. This determines a firm's solvency. Debt equity. Now the name debt equity suggests the ratio or the relationship between the debt capital of the firm and the equity capital of the firm, the shareholders fund of the firm. It is the ratio which defines the capital structure, the whole capital structure of an organization. It gives a comparison, it expresses a mathematical relationship between the debt capital and the owner's fund. That is the fund which is borrowed from outside and the internal capital of the firm. This ratio is indicated with the help of this debt equity ratio of the ratio analysis. Now, if the debt portion is more, if the debt portion is more than the equity portion, then the firm indicates, the position of the firm indicates that its debt capital are more than its own fund, which is risky for an organization because it needs to pay off its liabilities very quickly. Again, if the internal capital or the shareholders owners fund is more than the debt capital, then it is very good for the organization because the firm is having its own fund and it has to borrow less from outside. So liability or interest, whatever will be paid, that requirement, that obligation is less. So debt equity capital, debt capital ratio indicates the borrowing from outside and the internal capital ratio. So let's do a sum. Through a simple illustration I am going to explain to you how the sum works. So please concentrate. A sum is given over here. See, you can see a sum I have already written over here, where equity share capital, where all the liabilities are given and assets are also given. Here equity share, preference share, PL account credit, that is profit, is given to you, surplus is given to you. Now these four, equity share capital, preference share capital, PL account credit and surplus or securities premium, these four items include owner's fund. These are the shareholders fund or the proprietors fund, the own capital, the internal capital of an organization. So these four indicates the internal capital of an organization, Whereas these two, the loan and the debenture, these two items represents the debt capital, of a firm, the capital which is borrowed from outside. So debt equity ratio indicates, debt equity ratio means all the long-term debt divided by the shareholders fund. All the long-term debt divided by the shareholders fund. This is the ratio of debt equity capital. Now you need to identify from the sums, these sums or the sums which will be given to you during the classwork or examination. From that sum you have to pick up, you have to choose the shareholders fund and also you have to choose the debt capital, the long-term debt capital, not the current liabilities or outstanding expenses. The long-term debt, that is debenture or any kind of long-term loan borrowed from the institution. That long-term capital you have to take and shareholders fund you have to select. You have to divide both of them and find out the debt equity ratio like the way I am doing. I have already written the formula Now simply I am going to place the items and amount one after the other and solve the sum. Let's see how it works. Long term debt means loan plus debenture by shareholders fund. Shareholders fund means equity share. I already told you, equity share plus preference share, I am using short form, plus PL credit balance, not the debit balance, not loss, any kind of surplus will be taken. So PL credit plus any other surplus. Mind it, if the items would have included general reserve, capital reserve or securities premium, that will also be included in shareholders fund. So shareholders fund include not only equity share, preference share, reserve and surplus, PL account credit, but also accumulated surplus from other sources or securities premium, general reserve, capital reserve, anything, all are included in shareholders fund. So loan plus debenture divided by shareholders fund. Now you put the amount accordingly. Loan was 1,50,000, debenture 75,000 divided by equity share 2 lakh plus preference share 1 lakh plus PL credit 50,000 plus surplus 25,000. So this gives you 2,25,000 by 3,75,000. You cancel it and find out it is coming 6 by 10. So you can write it as 6:10 or you can write it as 0.6:1. 6:10 or 0.6:1. Any one of the two you can write. Now, don't forget to write a statement after this. Since you can see that the debt is less, it is 0.6, and this ratio indicates that the debt structure, the debt capital is 0.6 or the debt capital is 6, whereas the shareholders fund is 10. Debt capital is 6, shareholders fund is 10. This indicates that debt capital is debt capital is less than the shareholders fund. Shareholders fund is much more than the debt capital contribution. So the firm's position is good because the firm is having sufficient internal capital than the borrowings from outside, which indicates a good position, a sound position of the firm. If you can write this as a statement, it is good for you. Please download the PDF with the video that I am providing, which includes many more sums, solved sums for you to do as a homework. Please follow and don't forget to do the homework from the book. All the sums that are given in Basu and Datta book. Don't forget to do that. So this is how it works. This is how you will solve the debt equity ratio. You will pick up the debt capital and the shareholders fund and divide it and find out the ratio. Now we move on to the next segment of the class, that is proprietary fund. Proprietary fund. With this sum only we are going to solve and find out another important solvency ratio. The second segment, another important part of the solvency ratio, another important ratio is proprietary ratio. Proprietary ratio. After debt equity ratio, we are going to solve and find out the proprietary ratio. If you are given a sum, if you are provided a balance sheet and you are required to find out the proprietary ratio, what you will do or how you will do, that I will explain now. Now, what is the formula of this proprietary ratio. Now this is very important and this is very easy also, because proprietary ratio formula is proprietor's fund, that is shareholders fund or owner's fund, divided by total assets of the firm. So owner's fund or proprietor's fund divided by total assets of the firm. Total assets of the firm. So what is the owner's fund over here? Again, equity share, preference share, PL account credit plus surplus. Surplus divided by total assets of the firm means fixed asset and current asset. Total asset of the firm indicates fixed assets plus current assets. Now equity share was 2 lakh. Preference share 1 lakh. And PL 50,000. And surplus was 25,000. Whereas fixed asset and current asset, if you do it total, you will get 6 lakh. So it is coming 3 lakh 75, I think 3 lakh 75 by 6 lakh. 3 lakh 75,000 by 6 lakh. This is what is coming. Now you will divide or you will reduce it to lowest term and find out what the ratio is actually coming. And the answer that you are getting is 0.625 is to 1. I am writing over here 0.625 is to 1. This is what you are going to get as an answer, which means the shareholders fund is this portion 0.625 and the total assets is 1. And the total asset is 1. In this way you have to do it. In this way you have to solve the sum and find out the proprietary ratio. This is how the sum works. This is just an example I have shown you, just a basic example through how we will, with the help of which I can show you how to solve the proprietary ratio and the debt equity ratio if you are asked. So this is all about solvency ratio. In my next class I will come up with the third category of ratio analysis. Till then, goodbye.